Good morning. Hey guys, I just want to keep encouraging you that during this time you may have a little bit more time on your hands. You may not have to get up as early, or you may not have to be somewhere as early. Man, I want to encourage you to use this time to press into God, to spend time in His Word, to spend time in prayer. How cool would it be that if you get to the other side of this, and not only, obviously this is a really hard time in the world, but what if you got to the other side of this and you were able to look back and say, man, during that time when this coronavirus hit the world, man, I drew closer to God and it changed my life forever. I just want to encourage you to keep pressing into God and His Word and into prayer. Every day we're sharing with you just a little bit from the one you're reading. And today I want to share with you just a little bit from the reading in the book of Joshua. And so I'll just kind of recap the story for you and kind of share what I feel like the Lord was revealing to me. So what happens is all of Israel, the different 12 tribes, they've just gotten through, going throughout the land, taking their territory, and the land's been divided up. And then we have these three tribes, Reuben, Gad, and the half-tribe of Manasseh, and they are ready to go back to their land. It's on the other side of the Jordan. And so they leave to go back. So these three tribes leave the other ones. They leave to go back. And on their way, they stop and build an altar to God. And in fact, the reasoning for building this altar is that they would remember God, that they would honor God, that they'd never forget what God had done. And so they go back to their land. But the other tribes of Israel find out they built this altar, and they are ticked off. And so they gather up the armies, and they go out, and they're going to go destroy Reuben and these other tribes. And they're going to go destroy them because they think they built this altar to like a false god. They think that they're doing it not to honor God. And so they go out to destroy them, but first they meet with them. Thank goodness they meet with them and they talk and they realize, Reuben and Gad, Manasseh, they weren't doing something evil. They were actually trying to honor God. And I was reading this morning. It just reminded me just the trouble that we get into when we assume. And, maybe because of our insecurities, maybe because of things we've been through, we tend to sometimes assume the worst in other people. Maybe we assume they're talking about us, or maybe we assume that someone's done us wrong, or maybe we assume that someone's involved in something that they're not. And really, God has not called us to assume the worst. He's called us to think about the best in people. He's called us to speak the best over people. And so what happens here is these tribes, they assume the worst in Reuben, Gad, and Manasseh, and they go out to destroy them. And, this is what assuming the worst does. It destroys relationships. It destroys people. And so I just want to challenge you this morning, man. Don't assume the worst. Right now, you may be going through something. You may be thinking about someone in your life, and maybe you think that something's happened, but maybe it hasn't. Maybe you're assuming the worst. And, it just gets us into trouble. So I hope you guys are blessed this morning. I want to challenge you in your relationships. Assume the best in people, and because maybe you're wrong, and maybe you're headed towards destruction in your life, in their life, or in a relationship. Don't let insecurities, don't let fear, don't let your past cause you to assume the worst. All right, bless you guys. I hope you have a great day. We love you, man. We can't wait to get back together with you soon to see your face. Bless you guys. Have a great day.